On stage, we have Amartya Raj of RevolGo. And RevolGo, they have the best space for the stand because they're over there with their booth. So everybody here can see, has been watching your booth for the full 3 days. You are a young entrepreneur, I can see that. I mean, I can see that you're young and I guess you're an entrepreneur. And you are developing and building cargo bikes for the Indian market.
Yes.
And you're going to share your experience with us.
Correct.
The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Amartya Raj, and today I'm here to talk to you about RevolGo. And more than just the product itself, I'm here to paint a picture for you of an ecosystem where cargo bikes are still yet to be introduced, and how we can use cargo bikes as an instrument of empowering a mass population and solving a human problem. So if we currently talk about the current scenario in the Indian logistics industry, we've seen since COVID that there's been a large growth in the e-commerce sector, which means, in short, people are ordering more, and that means there are more deliveries. And this has been a very rapid change for us, considering that the Indian mindset was that how can I buy clothes without trying them on? And ever since COVID happened, people seem to have forgotten that. And now, we've got a lot more deliveries taking place. But at the same time, although that there is a growth in the logistics industry and the last mile industry, there has been no change in the fact that last mile delivery is actually one of the most expensive, expenses of a company that's based mainly in India. So here are the few problems that we are facing as a nation right now. And I'm sure, we've all spoken about this before. And, I'm sure Netherlands had this problem, which is why, they brought in cargo bicycles. But this was 20, 30 years ago. And this is the current situation in India right now. So like I already brought up cost inefficiency in terms of the last mile delivery sector. But there's also a lot of congestion and traffic. What the loop that we find ourselves stuck in is that our development has been very car-centric, which has been promoting cars to come on the road. But we haven't been able to match the speed at which people are buying cars, which is why even though we're building flyovers every single year, all of those flyovers still manage to be jam-packed every single day. So how do you solve congestion and cost inefficiency? On top of that, air pollution and emissions, and as you know, cities like Delhi are now in the top 3 of the world as, the most polluted places. So how do you solve all of this? On top of that, I want to zoom in a little and stop, looking at the macro elements every time, but also talk about solving a human problem. We did a survey on the streets of Mumbai where we spoke to, 60 respondents, the dabbawalas, people who deliver tiffin boxes every single day, and asked them, what are problems that you face? And apart from just poor road conditions, you have these people, physically straining themselves every single day. So I know that I shouldn't have to tell you that if we have people in their early 30s developing problems in their back and their knees, then that's a problem. That's a problem that needs a solution, and it needs it fast. On top of that, we're also looking at fuel costs, which are becoming bigger burdens on people's wallets, as well as, poor road conditions, which, are just not helping people. I've put a few pictures over here just in order to show you what a cargo bike in Mumbai specifically looks like. And I've said that cargo bikes in Mumbai are basically bikes with whatever they can take on them, right? So you've got people hang stuff off their backs, off their front, just wherever, they can find place. And we all know that it's an inefficient solution, which not only puts the rider at risk, but also the cargo, which is something that we need to take into consideration. So what did we do to bring a change to it? And that's where we introduced RevolGo. So RevolGo is a cargo bike, and the very good thing is that our stall is right here. So you can see 2 of our bikes, in their full glory, right here. And this was the solution that we wanted to propose, where we are able to solve all of these problems by giving people the correct solution for the problem that they have. The key features include a 250-watt motor, a 36-volt battery. So we're keeping up with the standards that are being used, while at the same time trying to offer a solution that's affordable and efficient for our riders. And the solution is pretty simple. We all know that two-wheelers have the ability to you to con, to jam up the roads even less than bigger cars. And we feel that the solution isn't in getting cars that keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but start finding the correct instrument for the deliveries that we're trying to make. On top of that, we are also looking at environmental sustainability as we are promoting e-bicycles in our area, while also giving the user the ability to charge their cycles or their batteries on their own by taking it home, rather than relying on infrastructure that might not come or might take years to come. Yeah, so I just wanted to skip on, just lecturing a lot, because I know that the people over here already know the concept, already love the concept. I mean, we are at the International Cargo Bike Festival, so I'm sure I don't have to explain what a cargo bike is. But I just wanted to introduce you to the problem that we are facing and how we are using cargo bikes as our solution to building a better future, or might I say, delivering a better future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a very concise, to the point, and focused presentation. Are there any questions? Yes.
So we know there are places in India where the traffic is so bad that no one can move in areas. Do you know of any, the last panel, they mentioned the carrot and the stick, right? You give an incentive, you help the cargo bike, and you try to stop people from using so much the cars and trucks. Do you know of measures like that happening in India? And has anyone considered making some of the main roads have space, or even be limited only to the smaller vehicles like cargo bikes?
So that is a great question. And to address this, I will again have to get into the way that governance is currently working in our city, in our countries. And obviously, as we move forward, we demand better education, we demand more responsible policy making, but we are not able to put that kind of urgency in our requests until we have those bikes on the road. So while we have e-bikes starting to appear on the roads, that's when suddenly we have policymakers thinking, where are these e-bikes going to go? Which is why now they're thinking about cycling tracks. So we have to build that urgency on our policymakers by collecting our interest groups, our groups together, our delivery sector together, and demanding for better infrastructure. I hope that answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you. Jos.
Yes, I have one question. You mentioned the COVID pandemic, that was an inspiration also to start. So when did you really start designing this cargo bike? And well, it's now here.
Right.
It sounds like a very short period.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. So this is a question that we've been asked multiple times, that how long has this been in development? And the answer to it is that obviously, as a company, we started 6 months ago, but the process behind it was a year long. And our manufacturing team, people from our engineering team are here as well, so they know. And the inspiration basically came last year, before I was on a trip to Amsterdam itself, where I saw a sudden change. I was studying in the United States, so I kept coming back home after 4 months. And when you keep coming back after intervals, you start noticing things a lot more easily. So I come back, and then all of a sudden I see e-bikes on the roads, which weren't there 4 months ago. And I'm thinking that why are we using tools of last mile connectivity for last mile delivery? And we need to make a we definitely need to make a distinction between those. And on a trip to Amsterdam was when, I was inspired by the way that people are addressing this issue. And then soon after, we began on, collecting resources, collecting the right people in order to make this dream come true. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Amartya. That Amsterdam is a source of inspiration for the wider world. And any more questions to Amartya? If not, let's give you a big hand, and we can also go to your booth and admire your bike and wish you good luck.
Definitely.
In the Indian market.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.